What's going on, people? This is take 5 of this video. So I've tried recording this a few times now and it's really not panned out the way that I wanted it to. I watch it back and I don't enjoy it. And I think it's a very, very specific subject. It's something that I'm going through right now. It's something that I work with people on. And it's something that I think most people struggle with to an extent. And it's food. So 2 weeks ago, I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis, which wasn't a shock. I've always had bad joints and I've been in pain for many, many years. I always thought it was Crohn's disease that caused the joint and muscle pain. It wasn't. It was osteoarthritis, which is now very, very inflamed. So I'm currently on a diet that's an alkalizing diet, and it's very, very strict. No carbs, no sugars, basically fruit, vegetable, brown rice, quinoa, juice, and that's it, right? And I've watched my mindset change over the past 2 weeks. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I had really bad days. If you're close to me, then you'll know that my phone was actually off for those 3 days. I wasn't responding to people because I took some time out to spend some time by myself and to understand myself a little bit better and to kind of wrap my head around the fact of what's going on, how this is going to change my life, and what can I do to find a solution, basically, is where I was at. And the diet didn't help. The diet did not help because diets don't. Diets aren't good. It's that fucking simple. Diets are not good. You know, my back's against the wall right now. So I have to do this diet to reduce the inflammation because currently I'm struggling. Physically, I'm struggling. My shoulders, my back, my wrists, my elbows, and my knees are all in very, very bad shape. And the lifestyle that I live, my day job is being a tradesman and my part-time job is being a coach. So my day job is pretty much now out the window, which obviously changes my life, which means that I've had to go on this diet to be able to have some form of sustainability behind my physical health. But because I'm on this diet and because I've actually done this diet before, this is the second time doing this diet, lasts for a month, will reduce the inflammation, will make me feel better, but the side effects on my mental health are very evident. And people that are close to me will have noticed that recently. So this is why I wanted to talk about it, because it's something that's affecting me, and because I'm in the process of it, it's easier for me to speak about. Now, I work with people around food. In the past month, I've worked with 2 people around food, and both of them, first conversation about food was they were telling me about this diet that they were going to go on. And I say no. I always say, let's not do that. Let's look at things differently. Let's look at things that will be more sustainable to your future rather than a short-term diet. Let's look at your mindset around food. Let's look at your feelings and your emotions towards food. Let's see what you use food for. So, as I've explained before, I have Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is a disease which affects you from your mouth down to your other hole. And anywhere down the digestional tract, you get inflammation. So I've had it since I was 14. I was diagnosed at 20. And the inflammation was so bad. Originally, it was ulcerative colitis. So I actually had ulcers in my small intestine, which was very, very uncomfortable, very, very difficult to eat. I lost a lot of weight. So I'm about 5'9", 5'10". I stand standardly at about 11 stone, but my weight fluctuates a lot because of the Crohn's disease. So I kind of sit between 10 and 11 stone. At this time, when I was 20 years old, I dropped down to 9 stone. So the image that I've had of myself in my mind for a very long time, and I only managed to get rid of this image maybe last year or the year before, was when I'd look in the mirror, I'd see myself as 9 stone. So I had body dysmorphia. And I always looked at myself as skinny, as skin and bones, and really didn't appreciate myself too much. And it took a lot of work to change that image of myself, which I've done for many years now. I've really tried to change that and put a lot of effort into that, put a lot of self-love into it. Um, but what also come with that was a fear of food. So because I would throw up a lot after eating, I developed a fear of food. So I would lie about food quite often. There was only one person I was actually honest with about food. I would have smoothies rather than actually physically eating, because I was basically, I didn't want to throw up anymore. I spent probably 2 years throwing up after every meal. So understandably, that is going to create trauma around food. So I understand this quite well, being there myself and having the kind of emotional backlash of food. So when I work with people, I really try and understand that quite well from their perspective, and understand how food affects them, and if they use it for comfort or if they use it for the opposite, of kind of body dysmorphia or fear of perception of others, because that's another thing which I will get into in a minute. So when we look at food is something that we have all the time. We have it from children. Commonly, people eat 3 times a day with snacks in between. That's kind of the common way of eating. Some people eat once a day. If you do intermittent fasting, then you're going to eat in a shorter window. There's so many different diets out there, which people try, and different lifestyles which people try. But what I feel personally is really important is create a lifestyle. Don't do diets. Fuck the diets off. Get rid of it. Get rid of the idea of a diet and create a lifestyle around your food. Make something that works for you personally. I've done diets. I've done all sorts of diets. I've done bulking diets. I've done cutting diets. I've done carb-free diets. I've done high-protein diets. I've done smoothie diets. I've done juice diets. I've done fucking alkalizing diets, all sorts. Sugar-free diets, vegan diets. I was vegan for a little while. I was vegan for about 6 months. And don't get me wrong, some of these things help, especially the vegan diet. Vegan diet and the alkalizing diet are the best things that I've done for my physical health. And I felt good. But it had a strain on my mental health, because I was craving lots of things whilst going through these processes of diets, like I am right now. Right now, I'm craving carbs. I'm craving sugar. I want cookies and I want bread, and I can't have either, and it fucking sucks. But as I say, back's against the wall, so I've got to push through it. I would never suggest to anyone to do what I'm doing now unless it was for health and unless it had to be done. I would never suggest doing this to anyone because of the detrimental effects that it has on your mental well-being. When we look at physical, mental, spiritual health, we have to look at it in a sense of overall well-being. We have to look at it in a holistic view, not in a view of my belly's a bit big, so I'm going to completely change my life and do this. Because it's going to have detrimental effects on other parts of your entire system. This whole thing, this whole structure that we use, this mechanism that we use runs on so many different parts. And when you focus more on one than another, it's going to be detrimental. If you're taking away products that you like because you feel that you have to, because of the rules of society, it's going to create barriers in your mental health. Okay. Trust me, I've been there, I've done it, and I know how you feel with this. I know exactly how you feel with this. The best thing that I did so far was create a lifestyle around food. So the past 3 years, I've been on not a specific diet, but I've been on a vegetarian diet. I eat fairly healthily. I drink fairly healthily. I don't really have alcohol because it has bad effects on my body. I obviously don't use drugs anymore. And I try and stay as healthy as possible. Now, yes, I crave meat, but I don't want to eat meat. And I will eat meat, and I have eaten meat on certain circumstances when the cravings become that much, which is a passage that I had to learn. I had to learn that if it's getting that bad, then I will go towards these things to satisfy that small urge. Now, because of this and because of these understandings that I've gone through with food, I understand what it's like for other people in these positions. Now, the two people that I have worked with that I've mentioned previously, over the past month, they haven't necessarily lost weight. And that's not a bad thing. Because what we've done is we've allowed themselves to accept themselves. Now, acceptance is key. The reason I allowed myself 3 days last week to feel shit and fed up was because I needed to surrender and accept where I was, accept the fact that I was pissed off, accept the fact that I did not feel good and that I was unhappy with the lifestyle that I'm currently in, and that my life is changing, and I had to accept that. So when I work with people with food, we accept where we're at. We accept what our body looks like. We accept our relationship with food. We accept the relationship with ourselves. Because once we build a relationship with ourselves, we can understand the relationship that we have with the external things like food. Now that they've built that relationship, or are building that relationship with themselves, they're building that new relationship with food, and they're understanding that the diet, yes, it would have worked. I'm not saying that diets don't work. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying diets work very well for a short period of time. You will go on a diet and you will lose weight in a month, and then it will come back when you stop doing the diet, because they're unsustainable. Basically, it's like ketogenic diet, not sustainable. I know 3 people that have been on ketogenic diets, worked really well for them. They felt very good, but it was unsustainable because they couldn't have the things that they wanted. I know people that have done various diets, and they'll last, like fucking Slim Fast or Slimming World or all of that kind of stuff. Doesn't work because it's unsustainable, And when you put yourself in these positions of doing these diets for external reasons, they're not going to work. It has to be for you. You have to create a lifestyle from it. You have to create something that's going to work with you, for you. So when we look at lifestyle, it's going to be, what can you have for breakfast? What's going to suit you to have for breakfast? Is it going to be fruit? Is it going to be cereal? What can we find the healthiest source? What can we find the healthiest source that you're going to enjoy? Same with lunch, same with snacks, same with dinner, same with snacks, and losing the illusion that some of these things are that bad for you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that eating a fucking bowl of ice cream, a bowl of ice cream is fine. Don't eat the pot. It's understanding these different kind of modalities around food of, yes, portion control. Have portion control. If you want to eat chocolate, eat fucking chocolate. If you want to eat bread, eat fucking bread. If you want to eat ice cream, have ice cream. If you want to go out for dinner with your friends and enjoy yourself, go out for dinner with your friends and enjoy yourself. Unless there is something that you really, really have to do, as I say, like I am at the moment, unless you have to do that for health reasons, don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Do something that's sustainable towards your well-being holistically, not just one aspect of losing weight. Accept that this mechanism that we use, these fucking intelligent mechanics that we all have, accept where it's at. Now, that's probably going to trigger a lot of people, because it would have triggered me back in the day when someone said that to me and I was fucking weighing in at 9 stone. So I understand it's going to trigger some people, and I'm glad that it will, because I think at some points it has to. I think that at some points what people hear will make them walk away and think about it. So, as I say, this is such a broad subject, because now the way that society is, we're basically told at every turn that we're not good enough. Let's put it that fucking simple. We're told at every turn we're not good enough. We're not healthy enough. We're not smart enough. We're not fit enough. We're not pretty enough. You've got social media. You've got the media. You've got the news. You've got magazines. You've got fucking everything in your face telling you that you should be doing this and you should be doing that. You should be happier. You should be more positive. You should be thinner. You should be taller. You should be wearing this. You should be wearing that. All of these things that are working against you. They're not working for you. They're working against you, and they're detrimental to your health. As soon as you accept yourself and you come out into the external world as your authentic self, you are going to be so much more beautiful than any of these other things that you're seeing. Any of these other things on reality TV, on social media, on the media, on any platform, you are going to be so much more beautiful than that because you are authentic to yourself and you're being who you want to be in this world. And there is nothing more beautiful than that. So create your lifestyle, create something that works for you, create something that is sustainable for you, create a life that you, not anyone else, you are proud of, that you are happy with, that you feel is right for you personally, not for everyone else, not for the magazines, not for social media, not for how many likes you can get on Instagram, for you. Because that's the most important. You are the most important person in your universe, in your reality. So make sure that you're being good to yourself and you're understanding yourself as you need to understand yourself. If you want to eat a cookie, eat a fucking cookie. If you want to eat ice cream, eat ice cream. You want to eat bread, eat fucking bread. You want to have butter on your bread, eat fucking butter. Make it sustainable for you. All right. Now, if anyone does have issues around food, lifestyle, with eating, fear of food, or anything like that, please reach out, because it is something that I actually quite enjoy working with. As strange as that sounds, I quite enjoy working with it, because when I get to work with people with it, I get to understand myself a little bit better and understand my relationship with food. So if that is something that you would like to work on or that you would like to understand better, please reach out. If you're watching this on YouTube, just in the comment section, or if you're on Instagram, just send me a direct message and we can look at doing some stuff. All right. For now, I'm out. Hope you're all well. Hope you're not all turning into fucking puddles of sweat in this heat. And I hope that you're enjoying the sun. Love to you all.